if you refresh here, yeah, I'm able to see just now created keys. This is newly one. This is old one. Clear now? Now guys, my end these two keys are miss. My end these two keys are miss. Then what should I do? Not possible to create. Then delete any one of the set of the key. Then again you can create. Let me delete this. How to delete? Click on the delete first and deactivate and then delete it. Okay, and next you can create new set of keys. Clear? So same time, I can say 2 times you can create, and later so you can have a maximum of 2 access keys. Now you can able to get one more access key, and next if you want to get anything you can delete first and create. Clear the concept now? Okay, so let's go to the downloads. So the keys 22 stored here. These are my keys. Clear now? Access key and secret access key. What's your driving, Nico? Okay, access key ID, secret access key. Now see, we need to configure access key ID, secret access key. Okay, let's go to here. How to configure? AWS configure. If you give this command now guys, very important understanding is whenever you can give this command, access key ID will ask, right? So let's take this access key ID from here and go to here. Done. Next is what? Secret access key. Okay, secret access key. Next is what? Default region is what? AP South 1. My end is configured. I don't want with AP South 1, then what should I do? Change your region. US East 1. Clear now? JSON. Keys configure. Then where should I check this keys? Configured keys. This is very important. Go to this place. See users and then click on your name. C drive. Users in your and your name. Here you can see all hidden folders. In that hidden folders, click on .aws. You are able to see 2 files. One is credentials, one is configurations. Configuration contains region details. Just please focus on. I will explain everything. You don't worry. I'm able to see list of regions. Okay. Okay. Configuration contains what? List of regions. Next. Credentials contains what? Yeah, very good. Open this notepad. List of access key, secret keys. And very important thing now guys, let's go to here. So here I'm able to see list of access key, secret key. One name is default, one name is Shruti, one name is user one name is test. But my keys are AKINSLZ. AKINSLZ. Which name? Default. Clear now? What I'm trying to say now guys. Now if I want to work with user keys. User keys means root will create one user, right? User want to log in with the keys. We have to generate the access key, secret key for user also. Now how to log in as a user here? For example, console method, root I can log in as a Chrome, user I can log in as a Microsoft Edge or something. Okay, but in the CL approach, how to log in? User is separate, root is separate. The command is what? AWS configure. See what I'm trying to show. AWS configure access key 1234, secret key 5678. If I give like this, region is something Hyderabad, Python. I'm giving just everything is wrong entries. Successfully configured, right? Now what will happen? You configured these keys right already. This keys override by this keys. Why? Here you are not mentioning any user details. Only AWS configure means, which means default. Next AWS configure means, which means default. Both are same, right? So old keys will be override with new keys. Let me show you. Refresh here. So 1057 times see updated now. Anyway, go to config. Yeah, see default section region is what? Hyderabad. Output is Python. But before already I configured default section is different region, different country, different language, right? But I'm unable to see, right? What will happen? That is overridden by your reset configure keys with existing keys. Clear now? Let's go to check same thing in the credentials itself also. Credentials default you can see now, guys. See, default credentials are different before, right? Now it is override by your credentials. So in the CLI approach, if you want to log in different accounts, you should specify AWS configure hyphen profile. The profile is root profile, the profile is user profile. Separately create keys in this configuration credential section. Clear now? Let me show you now. Let me show you AWS configure. I'm giving again access key. This time I'm giving again correct access key. Just focus now, guys. Very easy. Next is secret key I'm giving here. Next is correctly configure. Again, what will happen? These keys will be override with present keys. Clear now? Till here clear now? What is the name on which name these keys will be stored? Default name. Why I'm not mentioning any flag here? For example, AWS configure hyphen profile giving user 1. Clear now? For example, if you give user 1 or a dev, which means whatever keys you are going to be configured, this keys separately created inside the .aws with separate name instead of override existing one. Clear? Let's give 1 2 3 4 access key 5 6 7 8. Give something Hyderabad, give something Java, whatever it is. Now, is there any impact of existing keys now? No. The reason I'm saying AWS configure, this profile need to be updated separately, not override by default. If you're not giving anything, which means what here? AWS configure means profile default. That is default. No need to specify profile equal to default. That is by default. If you not specify any flag, that will consider as a default. Clear now? Let's go and check this time now. Again, 11 o'clock updated, right? Let's open configurations. See, default is separately there, and just now I have added on which name, guys? Dev. Clear now? Same thing, keys also, credentials, dev keys 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 added, right? Is there any impact on default? No. Clear the concept how to manage different accounts in CLI? You need to be specified by account access will come at that time. Understand how to manage different accounts in the CLI. Yeah. Now let me show you guys simple logic here. AWS S3 LS. Which account it will work? Huh? How you can say this is dev? How you can say this is default dev? My n multiple accounts are there. Dev, Shruti, default, and something. How you can say this is default? How you can say this is dev? If I'm not specifying means which action it is? Default. AWS S3 LS. What is the error? Could not connect AWS first of all. Not region. Yeah, that is also fine. Keys. Dev keys are what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No keys. The matching with your AWS account. So this is the result. Understand? But if I remove, what now? Clear the difference now? See, you no need to mention this flag if user is default. By default it will take. When you can mention explicitly, we can mention if you want to call specific user only, you can mention - profile block. Until you mention, it will take default profile. Default profile, you no need to mention profile default. Clear? Yeah. Clear now? Okay. AWS S3 MB, the command will create a bucket, right? B means make bucket. I'm going to create a S3 bucket, and which account? Default. I'm not specifying any IAM, so profile flag, root account. Now tell me, which region this bucket will be created? US East 1. Why? Default keys configuration time, I have given region is US East 1. Now I'm going to be explicitly adding here region AP South 1. Okay, bucket name also little unique, right? We can add something here. What is? Now tell me, this bucket will create an AP South 1 or still US East 1? Bucket is created AP South 1. So this region block is there now, guys. This region block replace with your configuration inside region block. Your end already configured is what? Region is US East 1, right? So US East 1. Yeah. So default section already given US East 1. You don't want to go with US East 1 region. Mention explicitly at the time of command. So what will happen? This will ignore and it will consider only this one. You can understand this will be replaced with your configuration file inside US East 1 with AP South 1. If I'm not specifying which region, US East 1 until you specify. If I create now, what is the error? What should I do? Delete first big bucket and create a US East 1 if you want. Okay, this is the process of keys configuration. Clear now? Any questions? For replicate one region to other region bucket, we can't. You can replicate the data, not bucket. You know how to replicate the data? One bucket to other bucket. We already discussed, right? And which concept? Replication. Yeah, but not bucket, only data. This is CLI approach. This is console approach. Console 2 accounts, CLI also 2 accounts. What AWS config? Bucket already created in console. Config only stores your metadata information of which configuration, which keys and all only. If you want to remove, just give R. Bucket removed. There is a query. Let's go and check the query. Vira, if I logged into CLI using IAM user access keys and secret key, and if I don't specify parameters, then it consider user as a default. Exactly. Correct. Default means root only, right? Default means root only. Root keys only if you configure, that will consider as a default. If you configure user access key, secret key as a default, it will consider as a default. So whatever keys you are while configuring them without specifying the hyphen profile, that keys will be stored in your .aws like a default keys. Whatever keys it is, not root, not user. For example, AWS configure, which means default account. So whatever keys you are going to store, whether root keys or user keys, let's go to S3. Delete. Like this. Create. Bucket name is not available. This is create. Again we can delete. Okay, someone is requested to show how to create and delete bucket in console. That's what I'm showing here. Okay, next. Okay, let's jump to IAM. So now my already users are there, right? Ravi Amar yesterday created. Guys, you tell me. Creation command same for all the region means how to define which region bucket should create. Mention the region details, right or not? You tell me one thing, simple logic. You are thinking about CLI, right? Let's talk about console. If you want to create bucket, you should change the region, right? Is it possible to create bucket in US East without switch the region? No. Even CLI also same process, right? Yeah. Clear, perfect. So guys, whatever the process we are going to discuss, console and CLI, just for our understanding only. Mostly we are using Terraform approach. See, Terraform I have discussed these many classes. The users concept. Yes, I'm not saying EC2 concept completely completed, okay? We have some topics are pending, EBS volume, EFS volumes, okay? We will discuss. When the time will come, the topic will cover, okay? The flow is very important. When we are on the EC2, 100% EC2 complete will go for next service means it's not like that. One thing, Amar Ravi users I have created yesterday. Amar, is it possible to log in as a CLI? What about Ravi? Ravi is able to log in as a CLI user? Yes, sir. How to do that? So Ravi and Amar and only username password only there. With help of username password, is it able to log in? No. Which keys are required? Access key, secret key, access key. Who has to give? Root. So they're requesting now. Root user, can you please provide CLI access to also to check quickly? Then root will decide and give. Okay. How to give? Let's check first Ravi. Ravi and what permissions are there already? These many permissions are there. Now my root, I'm the root. I'm going to give CLI access to Ravi also. In this case, what should I do? Click on security credentials. I'm inside of root. Access key, secret key is 0 for what? Ravi. Before we have seen this is for what? Root. Don't confuse. You are inside of root, you can see these are my keys. But user keys, how to check? Go to user first. Click on the user first. Click on the Ravi first. Then click on the security credentials. See? This section is what?
This section.
You can give any name, no problem. I'm giving it. Separate laptop to configure Ravi keys. Only one laptop, right? In the same laptop, I can work with root, I can work with Ravi, I can work with different user Amar. Then in this case, how to configure keys? AWS configure. If I give directly, what will happen? My keys will be overrun by Ravi keys. In this case, how to overcome? Profile Ravi. Now these keys, configure keys will be going to be separately created Ravi user on the name of Ravi user. Perfect. Let's go. Access key ID of Ravi is what? This one, huh? No, wrong one. This is root one. Even don't say, no problem. So these are the Ravi's access keys. See. Region, your wish. Default region, I'm going to be set US East 1 only. Output is JSON. I will tell you why JSON. I will tell you. Clear now? Now my configuration. Yeah, correct. If you not download na, once you close the secret key section, unable to see secret key again. Yeah, correct. In this case, what you can do. IAM is free, right? Create one more time. Don't think much. Okay, simply create one more set of keys. Yeah. So let's go to AWS. So 11.18, there is some update. Go to config, notepad, default as is, and go to Ravi profile updated, region JSON. Same thing, keys also, no need to verify, keys also will update accordingly. Access key, secret key, default also default. So you can give root, this name also root instead of default, your wish. Root keys while configuring time. AWS configure hyphen profile root you can give, no problem, for better clarity. My point of view, root equal to default, here I'm giving like this. Clear? Next. Now AWS S3 ls command is what? Get the list of buckets. If I give, this is root access key, secret key. Oh, buckets deleted, right? That's the what. So let's create AWS S3 MB S3. I'm giving so multi-cloud Ivera. Now bucket created root user or Ravi? Root user. This is very important. Okay. Hyphen profile. Bucket created by root user, bucket deleted by our Ravi user. That's what we are not supposed to give permissions to everyone like this. Now again create a bucket. Okay, so let's go to IAM. Let's remove this access to Ravi. Okay, inside Ravi, remove done. Clear now? No S3 access right now. Let's try to delete this bucket again. Up arrow by using again same Ravi keys. Read this error. Access denied. Error occurred. Clear now? So guys, if you are going to practice any new thing, new scenarios, new approach, don't take complex scenarios. Why? You may get it out. Why my trainer is showing always S3 bucket? Here focus is not on bucket. Focus is on user root configurations. If I show here a big custom network command, your focus always divert into subnets, VPC, route tables and all. Not correct. Okay. Now we got a clarity, right? What is user and root? Now you can perform any CLI command. Clear, right? Okay. So now this access controlled by root, event profile, event CLI, event console. So two concepts are clear or not now? Yesterday we discussed already through console how to log in Ravi user and check the permissions. Through CLI also how to log in to check the permissions. Okay. Any doubts? We have a half an hour time. IAM is separate. IAM where we can use client, Apple client or Wipro client or something. Someone can give the project to you to develop. So they can propose first development environment, development account. Next you can move to okay. Yesterday I have created a user with only EC2 and Route 53 permissions, but I'm able to create VPC with IAM user account. How it is possible? Your user having permissions. Maybe you are creating from the root account. First check how to creating a, see, that's what I'm saying. Focus the class. Here While running a command, if you specify profile, you can understand this command is running by this user only. Without profile, this command is running by root only. That you need to understand. Why able to create means you are running root privileges that you can look at. Okay. Still, if you are facing any issues, share your error. We will look on it. Okay. You maybe your user having full permissions. You have given IAM full permissions. Maybe. So we have a 3 type of policies. 1335 policies are there. So in these policies contains custom policies also. I have added some policies before maybe. So how to check custom policies, default policies? Filter is there, right? Apply the filter. Custom policies managed by customer. So 2 policies are there. And AWS manager is all are AWS managed. Clear, no? What about inline policies? Inline policies not stored centrally. Clear? Okay. Guys, I want to give access to Ravi only list buckets, list objects actions only. Not to delete a bucket, not to create a bucket, not to upload a object. This is what read access for specific bucket, read access for multiple buckets. How to give? In this case, does default permissions will help? No. The reason default permissions are what here? If I give S3 full access, if you give full access, Ravi can able to delete, Ravi can able to create a bucket later. But my intention is what? My requirement is what? Just give buckets, list of buckets read permission, list of objects read permission. This 2 only. Clear now? Just read access of list of the bucket, just read access of list of objects. Perfect. In this case, which policy I should create? Custom policy or inline policy. Let's have a look what is custom policy. Click on it. Click on it. Service is what? I'm talking about S3. So we have 2 methods, the permissions. One is visual, one is JSON. Let's understand manual process, then we can jump to JSON. Is very easy process compared to visual anyway. Which service I should select? I'm talking about S3 permission to Ravi now. I'm talking about S3 permission to Ravi now. So in this case, what we can do, so we can create a custom permission S3 to Ravi. Whenever I click S3 now guys, these are the actions, list actions, read actions, write actions, something actions. If I give all S3 actions, again full access. No, I want to give only specific action. Let's go. Now I want to give read access, right? Let's go for first check the list. Here I'm able to see list all my buckets. Clear? If I click after creating this policy, if I attach to Ravi, Ravi is able to see all the buckets. But how to check all the objects inside the bucket? List objects, right? In this case, list bucket. The difference between a list all my buckets and list bucket, there is a difference. List all my buckets means in your account you can see all the buckets. List bucket means what? Once in one bucket inside all objects. Clear or not? Okay. I want to give this to only. Okay. Very good. Content inside the bucket. I'll just go with them. Here see now. Resource, all, specific also there. Specific means what? Yeah, come here. Just 2 conditions you can see. I'm just uncheck this. This is what now? All buckets. Why? Specific means particular bucket only it will work. Your permission is what? All buckets. Is there any particular action, particular bucket action? That's what this option is read out. Now, list bucket. You tell me. List bucket means what? In your buckets, bucket inside objects. Which bucket? Particular bucket. So, specific option is enabled. Clear now what I'm trying to say? Okay. Anyway, let's go for only a list all my buckets actions. Okay. Next is what? Next, policy name you can give. Custom policy. Any name you can give for Ravi. Created a policy. Clear now? Do I need to? Yes. After creating policy, next process is what? If you want to give Ravi these actions, what I should do? Attach this policy to Ravi. Simple. Right or not? Now go to users. Click on the Ravi. Add permissions. Attach policies. Now here you can able to see you created policy. Custom policy is also centrally stored, right? Means here. How to filter? Simply go here. Customer manager. See, Ravi policy is there, right? Next, add permissions. Clear not till here? Now go to CLI. Go to CLI. MB S3. I'm giving here multi-cloud DevOps by Veera. Something I'm giving. Okay, bucket name is. Now hyphen profile Ravi. Will it work or not? This is CLI approach only. Permissions are same, either CLI or console. Okay. Ravi is able to create bucket or not? Access denied. Okay. AWS S3 LS hyphen profile Ravi. Now Ravi is able to list the buckets or not? Clear now? So understand the concept, right? Instead of giving full access, I have given custom actions. Clear or not? Yeah. So delete not possible, create not possible, update not possible, download not possible, only possible list of the buckets. Yeah. Again go to policies. This is a policy. Open. One action is there, right? All resources list. All resources means S3 resources, means S3 buckets. Edit. This is JSON now. Okay, JSON mean, let's go it here. Copy. So this is common one. Any JSON policy version is common one. Statement also common. Statement ID also common. The changes only effect. Effect is what? Allow. Means which action you are allowing? S3, list all my buckets, allowing. How many resources? All buckets, right? So star. Clear now? Star. So this policy is common. The JSON policy, for example. Now if you want to write, go to here, click on here, S3 here, for example, list bucket. So this is wrong. Let's take list. There is a list bucket versions. See, versions for specific bucket or all buckets? All buckets. So this JSON is resources for all or specific? All. What is the action? List all my buckets, list bucket versions. I don't want to go with JSON. Then go to visual. I want to give list of all the versions. Go to visual. Here, add more permissions. S3. Again, list versions. Give a list bucket versions. Next, save changes. See, this is manual process. Instead of doing this big exercise, edit. This is common. This is common. This is common. This is common. Resource also all. Simply come here. Add one more list. You don't know how to add now? What you can do? Click on this policy. Click on this policy, then it will open. Click which actions? S3. So which actions? Versions, right? List bucket versions. That will automatically add. That's it. Save. Understand the difference? Manual process and JSON is very easy process. For example, now your JSON policy is already there. Control C. I want to give same permission to one more user is there, right? Amar. What I can do? What I can do? You can no need to create policy again. You can attach same policy to Amar also. How to attach? Add permissions. Attach policy directly. Ravi policy is there, right? Attach. Custom policy, default policy we can attach to multiple users. That's what we discuss. Attach data to any user. Clear now? Okay. Okay. Let's give a some. What is inline policy? Custom policy not yet done. We can see different permissions. Okay, not yet done. Wait. Let's understand what is inline policy. Now, the same policy I want to give to Amar. I want to give to Amar. Control A, Control C. Only I should give this policy to Amar only, not to anyone. So in this case we can go for Amar. Here you can see inline policy. Understand the difference? Custom policy, inline policy. Inline policy option enables only you are inside of user only, which means this policy directly attached to Amar. You no need to attach like custom policies. Clear the concept now? But custom policies, if you click on the policies, create policies not inside of user, right? Custom policy not inside of user, right? These policies stored where? Existing list. So you can attach. If I want to give user permission, Amar, if I want to give some permissions, create inline policy. Again, same process. How you created a custom policy, right? Same process. The difference only inline policies directly attached to user. Temporary permissions not possible to attach multiple users. Custom policies we can attach to multiple users. It will store centrally. Anytime you can attach, anytime you can detach. Clear the concept? So same permission I can give, right? Same permission if you want to give. Again go to visual and all, right? Instead of that go to JSON simply. Remove this. Paste it here. can give our inline policy. Like this you can give. Then do I need to attach this permission to Amar? Already this permission attached to Amar only. This is inline policy. Already inside Amar only have created. No need to attach to again explicitly like a custom policies. Yeah, temporary access means this user only this permission can access. Anytime you can delete, remove also. But who is doing this activity? Root. That don't forget. Root is doing these activities for users. This is very important understanding. Not user is doing for user. Okay. And now this policy, am I able to list from here? Am I able to list from here? Just give Amar. Nothing is there. In this case, is it possible to attach this permission to any other user? No. This is very clear, right? This is custom policy, inline policy concept. Excuse me. Any questions from anyone? I hope you guys are clear. It is asking specific which bucket you need. You are saying list only one bucket. So add ARN of the bucket.